Can I ever figure it out? Built-in stream. So let's see. I go here. Am I streaming? Refresh. Refresh. Not streaming. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Doom. There we go. Alright, now. Refresh. Ah. Why the There we go. Shit. Okay. A little bit behind. What about Twitch? That's not. Son of a bitch. What is this one called? Edit stream info. It takes and fucking wrong. Get rid of that. Grift. Alright. Bada bing, baby. Alright, so let's see. Am I getting sound on there? Alright, so yep. Alright. Alright, guys. Let's take a look at my stream. Jeez, dude. I gotta sit here. If you guys want to see my pretty ass face. Yeah, fucking sexy, dog. You wanna lick it? Alright, let's take a look. I don't know what the fuck this is. Let's go home. It's time to watch some shit with me, baby. Oh, let's take a look. Who is that? That's not David Wood. Alright, let's check out Jay Dyer. I love his occult breakdowns, dude. They're sick. Fucking hell. What do I want to stream, guys? Okay. Let's take a look. I'm basically just gonna signal boost people.
For anyone outside of Britain, and to be honest with you, for almost anyone inside of Britain, the latest episode of Question Time was on BBC last night. And, I mean, only about 1 million people watch it, which, I mean, that sounds like a lot, but it's the BBC,
Shit.
which is massive in Britain.
No, that's
So,
all right.
anyway, not that many people watch Question Time. And I watched about half of the episode yesterday, where it was a Makerfield special, where all of the candidates, apart from one, were invited to take part on the panel. Restore
Oh my god, dude.
were not invited. And the BBC said, because Rupert Lowe had said meany things about the BBC, so they didn't invite the Makerfield candidate, despite the fact that Rebecca Shepherd is currently polling third in Makerfield.
something.
So you would think, I mean, look, we've got Greens, we've got Lib Dems, we've got Tories, all of them on about 1%, if not lower. So, okay, they can all go on, but Restore can't have a candidate. Well, I guess it's lucky then that nobody bloody watches this program, isn't it? Because it is such a phenomenal longhouse. I can't get over just how embarrassingly out of touch and progressive this program is. And like Fiona Bruce, just like, well, the woman over here said that you're an absolute Nazi who hates women and wants to put them into a meat grinder. What do you think of that? To the poor reform guy who's basically the only right winger there, and it's just like, well, I mean, that's a nice loaded question, isn't it? Why don't you just slap me in the face while you're doing it? Because like this is ridiculous. But we did get some genuinely interesting and funny moments out of it. Where, and again, I don't mind.
I guess Rupert Lowe probably passes the sniff test.
Rob Kenyon. Shame he's in the wrong party, really. But he was clearly beset on all sides by the Longhouse. Me at him. And the thing is, what's annoying is that he backed down from a bunch of his positions, which I found very annoying. At one point, he had said, well, a lot of women are using abortion as birth control. And then, but that's true. 90+% of abortions are elective. A very small percentage, very few of them, are used because, are done because of medical reasons. It's just factually true, but unfortunately he backed down from a lot of that.
I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to signal boost this Nick Fuentes bullshit. Turns out he's probably a Fed, you know. I should have never, should have listened to my gut on him. Let's see. This is something we need to definitely cover and signal boost if we can. Where the fuck is it? It was about 3 weeks ago. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Nick Fuentes is alive.
Nick's movement is a personality cult, 100% true, just like Trump, built around outrage, ego, and attention seeking. I want no part of it. The Epstein cabal has pitted us against each other, stripped away our sovereignty, and buried the country in debt.
Florida,
we need to take our country
you need to vote.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell the story. This is a little complex. I didn't know where to start. It's about an unfortunate.
If you're in Florida, you need to vote for Bilzerian. Isn't that where he's running? And if you know, unless you're a Zionist, okay, you evangelicals really need to get your shit together. And I couldn't say the Catholic Church is much better in a lot of ways, but this unfettered support for Israel needs to stop. And the fact that Nick Fuentes is probably containment really pisses me off, dude. We all gave him the benefit of the doubt. We knew he was gay. We knew he was closeted gay, but he could be a crypto Jew or just they have dirt on him. Who the fuck knows? Or he's just a fascist. There's a weird thing with fascists where they like, being gay. Like if you look into Julius Evola, he says that, anal sex is the noble vice. It's a noble vice. Aleister Crowley called the butthole the eye of Horus, and he said it was I mean, this is just off topic, but he said it was better to appease these deities to go into the eye of Horus rather than the what is it? The something of Venus, the other Greek god. So let's just
feud I have with Nick Fuentes. This is a guy who I used to have a ton of respect for, and I still do appreciate everything he's added and contributed. Like I'm not telling anyone not watching him. I'm not telling anyone he hasn't added a lot of good, but he's also added countless division and insane lies against Dan Bilzerian. So let's start right here with this picture. This is Amy Dangerfield and her husband. Look, she's wearing America First hats. She's such a Nick Fuentes fan that she wore his hats at her wedding. This is the most dedicated person you could imagine. She threw an event and then she decided to name it America First United. I'm not sure exactly why. My speculation is she's such a fan of Nick. She wanted Nick to be a part of it. She invited him. She was hoping he would come and kind of be the key speaker, the headliner. But instead, Nick decided just to completely crash out an event, called her a worthless slut, shamed this girl who looked up to him, one of your idols, which that sucks.
Seriously.
When your idol throws you under the bus. And it gets worse. They make memes of her being raped.
It's funny, Nick Fuentes goes to these interviews, acts like, oh, we're just being silly on my thing, you know what I mean? But then he sicks these groypers on people, and then, he's actually a dick in a lot of ways. He acts like he's just being funny, but he's just being a dickhead. And, yeah, the fact that he said Jeffrey Epstein has aura and starts selling the zip-up jacket that Jeffrey Epstein wore, that's fucking ridiculous. And not calling him a pedophile, come on. And just immediately dismissing the fact that Israel could have been a part of Charlie Kirk's murder. immediate dismissal. No looking into the facts. That's what. And originally I thought, okay, I understand where Nick's coming from. Because at first it did seem Candace was going crazy. She did go a little bit crazy, like everything she says, I'm not taking it at face value, right? But at this point, I prefer her over Nick. But it's like, dude, why do we have such shitty heroes? And they're not heroes. I mean, why do we get. And also, Nick Fuentes didn't get arrested at January 6th when he was actively telling people to go in. When there was people who got 36 years, I think they got pardoned, but something like that for not even going in there. And Nick Fuentes gets away with it. Either they flipped him or he was fucking containment from the start. It was weird because seeing all the Jews get mad at him, like Mark Levin and shit, you thought that was credibility, but I guess it really wasn't.
By the Groypers. Let's go ahead and pull up the next thing. So
Just
after
watch.
that, it went in. This is Casey Push. Casey Push was running for, I think, governor in Ohio. He's very America first, pro America, anti Israel. He's the guy that Nick Fuentes should be pushing. But instead, Nick Fuentes went off and said this guy can rest in piss, told people he doesn't have a chance. Don't bet for him. Let's go ahead and play this real quick.
Because these giant corporations and tech bros.
Why didn't he want this dude to win, man? This guy actually is in the real world helping people. He's giving people jobs, fixing cars. He's running against the fucking, establishment people who just have billions of dollars from APAC. Dude, we should not have. I remember the conversation around these super PACs not long ago. I don't know. I mean, pretty long time ago in the 2000s or something. But like, definitely, this shit is so fucking corrupt, dude. There should not be, in my opinion, I don't think money from other states should be allowed into an election, like at all. Like, if you're running in Florida, there should be no money from out of state. There should be no money from foreign lobbying groups like APAC. They can call APAC whatever they want, but it is a foreign lobbying group. And, you know, we have people here that are homeless, dying, on the streets. Everybody's fucked up. There's a mental health crisis. Meanwhile, there's free health care in Israel because we subsidize that, and we send them billions of dollars in weapons and aid. We use fucking $1 million missiles to shoot down $60,000 drones. It's getting fucking ridiculous.
Like Tesla literally save hundreds of millions of dollars
Be right
paying
back,
the H-1Bs less money because they're cheap foreign labor from India, and they'll take whatever they can get. And that also destroys the entirety of our salaries and the future for all Americans, regardless of what color or sex you are. That can't happen. And I'm sorry, but Trump got completely sold out with regard to the H-1Bs, including other things, because the giant corporations.
Yeah. So Nick signaled against this guy. Now he's endorsing a Jewish Democrat girl who's one of the people that did the COVID lockdowns. It's the worst candidate. But this pissed a lot of people off. Dan Blazarian, he did a little quick speech at the Amy Dangerfield's thing, and he saw Nick attacking her and this guy, and he didn't like it. I just had a call from Dan. He goes, "Hey, I'm attack Nick." I go, "Dan, let me call you back in an hour. I'm in the middle of filming." And then Dan goes, "Oh, I apologize for what I stopped you from attacking Nick a few months ago." I go, Dan, just let me call you back in an hour. Don't attack Nick." 30 minutes later, I start getting text messages. Dan does not have very good impulse control,
No.
like myself. He attacked Nick. Let's pull up the
You know
tweet
what?
that he said.
I like Dan Bilzerian. I know he's a pagan or whatever the hell he is, but he seems like a good guy. Whereas Nick Fuentes, I don't think he has any real life friends or anything like that. Dude, so he had Nick Fuentes on as little as a month ago, and then a week after that. My God, dude, what a piece of shit.
Okay, now let's go look at the tweet.
And you know what? I kind of was taken in by his spell a little bit. I thought that he could affect real change, but I don't think he's here for that. Why does he keep telling people to vote Democrat and all this shit? And why does he try to make America first his own thing? I don't know, man. I don't know.
tweet that Dan sent. It said, I think Nick Fuentes is a Fed. Constant division, endless infighting, defending Epstein, then attacking a Christian man only to endorse a Jewish Democrat woman after saying the left wants us dead. The contradictions never end. Obviously, that caused just a complete shitstorm. And I was like, oh, damn, I had agreed with Nick. We talked on the phone, never to attack each other. So I'm stuck in the middle. The Groypers are coming after me, bashing me. I still wasn't attacking Nick.
And these Groypers, dude, they're like fucking stuck in a cult. Nick can never do any wrong, and he just treats them like shit. And that giant donation of like 500K that came to him randomly. There's a ton of sketchy things, and because he built this cult of personality, and because of all this deep banking and all this, he earned some street cred, you could say. But the thing is like he's fucking counter signaling all the good things, and he's sending the Groypers. How the fuck would you want Randy Fine over Dan Bilzerian? Randy Fine, the big fat Jew who's a giant Zionist, okay? I don't. If you're an atheist Jew, I guess I don't really have a problem with you, but I just, this, like, dude, we have to stop this, alright? We have to fucking stop this crazy support for Israel. We're going broke. Everything, you just, like, every job you get is just a temporary thing, and you could get laid off at any moment. All the corporations have all the power. It's like we're living in a fucking Jewish world, man. And like, have you noticed that all these Jews have no problem getting into media? Like, they're way overrepresented in media. We can get to that later, but let's just take a look at how Nick is letting us down.
I was actually still talking to Nick. He told me to have Dan apologize to him. I'm like, well, Nick, that's not going to happen. Maybe we can get on a three-way call later or something like that. But then I was still talking to him. Then all of a sudden, he posted something just insane. So let's pull up the next tweet. Like, once I saw this, I just said, wow, Nick. And I'll never have any association with him again. This is so deranged that it could never be forgiven. To me, it's like a girl that says she was raped when she wasn't. It's like you can't forgive someone with such disgusting behavior. So I'll go ahead and read this tweet. It goes, okay, I scroll up a little bit. The first time I met Dan Bilzerian at his house, he had us put our phones in another room. Then he asked me how difficult it would be to assassinate Israeli government ministries.
That's so fucking ridiculous. How would anybody think that's a good idea? That would only cause extreme backlash. This is how I know this is a fucking lie. And then this guy here says, how would you unalive Ben Shapiro? What good would that do? Everybody knows that if you make a martyr out of somebody, it backfires. I 100% guarantee you that Dan Bilzerian didn't say that. And if he did, he might have said it as a joke. Are we not allowed to make jokes? But I really doubt that he even said that. Or, anything like that. It's just fucking ridiculous, dude. Nick Fuentes is a Pied Piper. And you guys need to get on board with that.
Then he invited me to Dubai and Qatar, which I declined. On his way there, he was ambushed by the FBI. And then underneath it, Lucas Gage, who's another division guy who attacks every person. Holy fuck. Nick, I swear to God, he did the same thing to me. He walked me and Jake up that room with a batting cage. We put our phones on the couch and went on the secluded room with the big TVs. He asked me about where Ben Shapiro lived and how he could be taken out. This is insane. And Lucas commented, I believe, minutes after. It looks like it was negotiated between these guys. Lucas Gage also just went on this big thing.
Lucas Gage, fucking piece of shit flip-flopper, dude.
Denouncing anti-Semitism.
If I ever flip-flop, it's because the Jews are coming after me.
Saying he was led astray. This guy's the biggest grifter. Like, Dan flew him out here, put him up in a suite. I gave him money. And all he did was like bug and pester, always wanted more. The guy adds nothing of value.
And you guys, hey, like and subscribe, please. Share. Help me build this channel up. I can do more than this. Yeah, guys. I want to bring attention to things. And if I could eventually make this something that I make money off of, I have a lot of ideas, a lot of good things I could do. So if you care about the country, please do like, subscribe. Just help me signal boost this, please.
And I also picked Nick up from the airport and took him to Dan's. So I could say with 100% certainty, these are flat out insane lies. Like, Dan is a multimillionaire, famous guy. You think he's trying to assassinate Ben Shapiro? And Ben Shapiro, of all people, who's like not even that important, it's just such a level of insanity that I had to start attacking Nick, even though I'd been trying to avoid it. Now, the day I picked Nick up from the airport, I remember there was people there, but I couldn't remember who. Thankfully, Hassan, my friend, posted this. Look here. This is basically the day we were there. This is us all hanging out. Go and play the video. Oh, it's super short, but you see, it's just people hanging out, laughing. Does that look like we're planning some kind of crazy coup attempt? It's just laughable.
What?
Lucas went and posted
Dude, right here, it almost looks like he's a turkey.
another
Look.
video, which is
Was
equally
this
insane.
Thanksgiving and we're oh no, you can see his body. But
And as far as Nick goes, he's a guy I had tremendous respect for. You know, the reason
the
he
fuck?
came out is because I talked the Hodge twins into having him on. You know, I fought to get him and Patrick, but David, he's a guy that I believed in. So this is a feud I've been trying to avoid. You know, it sucks when someone you looked up to and believed in turned out to be a failure. This is a tweet by Hassan. I haven't read this. Let's see. It's a photo. Went to France. We went to France, Romania. I didn't go to Dubai. Same freight Nick Fuentes accused Dan and went on to flee the country. Here we went diving. We went out there to the World Championship, deep sea diver without tanks. We met him. This is something Nick should have done, to go out with the guys, go out swimming, go out like he probably doesn't want to get his hair.
And you guys, I just got smart glasses. What are they? Ray-Ban smart glasses. So what I can do is start doing streams on the street without people knowing what's up. And I think I could come up with some good things. If I get some subscribers, some people who actually give a fuck about this type of shit, tell me what to do. I'll go out there, man. I don't give a fuck. Help me make a living from this shit, dude. I mean, for real. Whatever you guys could do, I'd be so thankful because, like, you know, things have been rough lately.
Wet. Like, this was the trip they invited him on. You know, we also went and met with the Tates. Dan actually asked me on whether we should invite Nick to join us, and I said no. Let's keep it to close friends. Dan is one of the absolute. I'm glad Nick didn't come, because thank you. The whole time he'd been like plotting against us. Now that we know his nature, I told Dan, yeah, sure, invite Nick. Dan is one of the absolute most authentic people I know. He doesn't play the political game. He speaks his mind regardless of the cost. Something rarely any politician does. Dan always speaks the truth. You always know what he's thinking, whether it's bad or good. There were times I even recommended he say things differently to succeed, and absolutely he refused. He doesn't censor himself for political and financial gain. He would rather die than lie or hold his tongue. That is true. You may not agree with everything he says, but someone who actually doesn't sell out his position is priceless for this country. When Dan called out Nick, I reached out and responded, I know it's bad for me, but I don't care. It needed to be said. Just a reminder that Dan does not hold back for political or financial gain. But thankfully, the whole situation has worked out in Dan's favor.
God,
Scroll up.
dude, I really hope Dan Bilzerian beats this fucking Zionist in Florida. I guess where he's running. What's so crazy is I watch an interview and people want him to delineate between Zionists and Jews, whereas Jews can sit up there and say Muslims are lower than dogs and all this sort of shit. Nobody asks them to make any qualifications. No, not all Muslims. Not all Muslims. But whenever, like, Jews stand up there and start bashing anybody, nobody asks them because they have that, ticket. They have that victim ticket. There was a time where, I remember reading an article where, like, that dude from Friends, what's his name? Fucking Ross, I don't remember, David Schwimmer. He, would talk about his white privilege. And then when things got a little bit dicier, he started talking about his Jewishness. They all start talking about how they're Jews instead of white. So it's like, yeah, whatever, man. And they're not even really Jews. They're mostly European, you know? What I think is they're just a bunch of fucking Kabbalah practicing gypsies, or some people think they're Edomites, but I think there's a bunch of Kabbalah practicing gypsies who fucking somehow got a hold of a state. I don't know how, and what is it? Truman. Um, was that the president? Harry Truman, the one who dropped the nuclear bomb. He said the worst regret of his life was creating the nation state of Israel, and but he was also like the top of the. He was like a 33rd degree Freemason and shit. So, and he said that that was the most honorable thing, the most thing he was proud of in his life, other than more than being president, was being top of the Freemasons. And the Freemasons are kind of dying, maybe. I hope so. But, dude, they're just an extension of global Jewry, I think. So, I mean, I don't know, guys. We got to figure this out. Otherwise, this country's dead. I'm telling you. And right now, the only fucking way to make money is to start your own business. Like, there's no other way to make money. So, it's just absolutely. This is not the country I grew up in. I remember when I fucking got out of high school, even though minimum wage was $5 an hour, I was able to pay for my own apartment and do shit like that. Yeah, that was minimum wage. I remember delivering pizzas before GPS, and that was pretty decent money. But then I got a job as a waiter slash, a waiter at a pretty decent restaurant, and I had enough money to not only pay my apartment, which was only $600 a month, everything included. I could pay for that and pay for my extreme level of alcoholism at the time. So, I mean, and the groceries and everything. Now it's like, unless you have a really good job, which I had a decent job selling windshields replacements. I lost that job because I don't have kids, even though I was making more sales than any of the new people, and even more than some of the people who were well established there. Well, it was just a sort of a club. The lady running it chose people based on the way she liked them, and the fact that this other lady had kids, I'm guessing, was the determining factor that they kept her. It was not merit based. I made them 15K, right? I made them that, and my commissions from that was $700. In 1 week, I made them that, and still I got let go because corporate overstaffed. But in a fair world, they would have let go of the person who made less sales, who was doing worse. But no, because I wasn't part of their little fun little group, and was whatever. They let me go for that reason, even though if it was merit based, they wouldn't have done that. So let me just go ahead and say, and I have recordings of how much of pieces of shit they are, but I'll go ahead and tell you, Service Pros Auto Glass, they fucking suck. Go with Safelite anytime.
If Nick was
They're a bunch of fucking pieces of shit. Anyways, let's get back to this.
was even if what Nick said was true, which as someone who was there knows it's not, then it proves he's a rat and a snitch. And with not being true again, further proves he's actually undermining the real challenge to Israel first politics. Either way, it proves Dan points. Here's us out diving. That guy's a world champion next to me. Dude, he would go down like more than a football field. It was insane. They just went out there. They didn't explain to me what we were doing, and we were just going straight down the ocean. One of the most terrifying days of my life. That was just, it would have been great for Nick. Scary, but anyways, that's an off subject. Okay, here's another tweet from Hassan. Hassan's a great guy. The minute we met, we just instantly connected. Dude. One of those guys that you're like, oh, this is. I couldn't agree more. Someone's home, even though we haven't hung out that much, he feels like a close friend.
All right.
The most treacherous thing one can do is to be welcome into someone's home, eat their food, then later speak ill of the host and lie about what happened there. I couldn't agree more. Like I was still trying to resolve this issue between Dan and Nick, and then Nick posted that. I'm like, wow, that's insane. Nick wanted Dan to apologize to him. Like I said, I'm like, Dan's not going to apologize. Maybe the three of us can talk and try to work things out. But as soon as he made such a crazy, serious lie, this is trying to derail the campaign with Randy Fine. Watch, Nick Fuentes is going to start rallying for Randy Fine. Thanks for watching Fight Back Podcast.
Sorry.
He posted, this is the alleged room where the crazy meeting happened to plan assassinating people. Here it is. Go ahead and play it.
Say what's up, Jake. This guy's
Look
playing
at his
baseball in his own
camera
house.
That's fucking sick,
Fuck, you got
dude.
this thing or what? You got the fucking. I gotta drop. Is that?
Dan, I know I'm not very. You probably never see this, but I'll hit some baseballs with you, dude. And you know what? I won't stab you in the back. And I'm gonna fucking go hard on the Jews. If you guys fucking can get me boosted, man. I have a lot, a lot to offer here. It's just getting used to streaming every day and all this shit. It's a whole thing. I'd rather not. Everybody would rather not be in the public sphere, right? Well, we're at a point where everybody needs to be. Everybody needs to be talking about this. Israel is on a 7-front war that can only exist if we fucking keep this going, right? So, I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Is that ready to go or what? Dan, is that ready to go?
At all? Just where you plan to
Here,
Israel's
filming or what? I'm gonna go. What's filming now? All right, let's do this. Go, do it up there. Lucas, you gotta climb up into it.
dude falls. Oh my god.
What a bitch.
By the way, he has like he did
do
see
it from up
combat
here.
and he has PTSD.
Yeah. It's not that bad. I've done it a few times. Yeah. You go there.
Stupid.
Let's
Yeah,
watch
but
this
from
fucking
up there
bitch.
where there's that fucking road.
Look at
He
him.
was begging to come back to my podcast. And
Yeah. You can do that too, actually, but
Look at this little bitch.
you go
Doesn't even know
here,
how to
all the
fun.
way up to where there's that rope.
I'm trying to get him to like mess himself up.
Yeah, just land on your feet. It don't hurt.
I'm playing
It's
Steve
just so
Miller.
ridiculous that Dan was like maybe
God,
still training,
dude.
he knows all these badasses.
It's crazy people are living like this where every month I'm worried about fucking ending up on the street, dude. It's just crazy. For all of us who can barely keep up with the technology anymore, I never wanted to be a guy who's on social media and all this shit, and now it's been forced upon us, Progress. Well, it's like, god dang, dude. How many people got put out of a job during the Industrial Revolution and then they got forced into other jobs. And so either we're on some sort of AI second industrial revolution, or it's a bubble that's going to pop. But dude, okay.
If he was in
Oh.
hands up now,
What if it just like
he would be
smashed you?
This Nick Fuentes and this goof clown is just the most outrageous, coordinated
Okay.
lie. I'm too obvious. Let's go and play the.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
But I know it's true. So when people hit
Let's
me up.
watch this fucking
Let's see what
bitch.
Lucas Gage has to say.
Okay, folks, so let's keep going with this because I just woke up to this over here. And Hassan Shibli, he said, I was there with Jake Shields, 100% correct. I said, maybe you were at one of Nick's meetings with Dan, but you weren't at mine because I'm the one who connected you to the first night I met Dan.
Yeah, pause real quick.
You met Dan.
It's 100% true. Hassan was not at the meeting with Lucas, but you know what? I was at both. I picked both of them up in the airport. I was at both those meetings. Hassan was at one of those meetings. So
The
even though
fuck do
Lucas
I?
is a scumbag, this is true.
in person much later. Why are you saying you were there when it's physically impossible for you to be at my meeting? So he's responding to Jake. Jake saying, I was at both of these meetings. And this is a flat out lie. Nothing close to this ever happened.
This guy's
So
this
Hassan,
is low IQ anti-Semitism. Nick is low IQ anti-Semitism, thinking people are going to believe this.
who's a nice person, and he was on the phone with me when I was in Vegas talking about the
There we
situation
go.
with my house.
Okay,
So
there's
Very
my
people that
chat.
help someone who at his lowest. That's who he's stabbing in the back, including people like Sam Parker, who did everything for him.
All right, there's
Not
my
that I did
chat.
that much, but I gave him money. I tried helping him, and he's a backstabber. Dan, flies him out, puts him up in a nice suite. Hassan spent hours talking to him. This is a guy who charges like $1,000 an hour.
Wow.
He's talking to him for countless
Why?
hours for free, trying to help him, give him advice, both legal and emotional. And he responds by stabbing you in the back.
Wife is scared. He's like, calm her down. Don't you worry. I'm like,
Why?
"Can I get a divorce?" He's like, no, you can work. This kind of. I was
Whatever.
like, what do I do? It's better for the family. So he was there consoling me. He was a nice person. I'm not throwing Hassan under the bus, but he needs to clarify that he was not at my meeting because it's physically impossible. Because when I was talking to
No one
Dan,
really cares about that part. He said
This
he's at
is
my
so-
meeting, Lucas. This isn't
This shit right here is so it's so blatantly fucked up that I don't know how you could ever trust Nick Fuentes again. And I guess we're, grateful for him bringing attention to the issue, but he's not. Every time somebody's gonna do something that could actually have an effect in the real world, Nick Fuentes doesn't. He sucks it back into him. He could be just an insane narcissist. It's possible that he doesn't really care about the movement. He just cares about attention, which I don't understand why. If he's gay, I mean, what is he getting out of this other than money? I mean, he's getting notoriety. Um, I don't know what the fuck, man, but he's got his own fucking little group of pieces of shit that follow him now. If you're still a groiper, you better think about it, you motherfuckers. Because, dude, if you're a fucking groiper at this point, like, dude, they have. The ones that are still groipers are in a cult like mentality. You can't see, like, what you need in life is to be if you're real, is to be dedicated to the truth, wherever that leads you, okay? So, if Nick Fuentes all of a sudden starts not acting out of character and doing things like this, and you find that you can't walk away from it, well, it's because you're not dedicated to the truth. You're dedicated to Nick Fuentes, which I don't know why. I don't know why. Sure, he's been funny. He's done some funny things. But if you can't turn and walk away from a person who is like bad, a liar, a piece of shit, and you're just stuck to them, that's a cult, bro. It's nothing but a cult, okay?
Issue. Let's
First-
do like one more minute. I
the
can't
first
handle
night,
much more of this
and
idiot.
Hassan was texting me. I was like, damn, this guy wants to
Let's
meet
give
you.
a couple
Yeah, give
minutes
my
let's see if it gets more interesting because this is just
number.
like that's not
Adam
even
Green
relevant.
jumps
He
in.
said he was at
This
one
is
of the
important
meetings.
because Adam Green is not a
Let's
griper.
watch
He's
this
been
shit.
an enemy of the gripers and Nick Fuentes for years. He's against Christianity. He has nothing to
Pause
do
it real quick. Okay, Adam Green. This gets a little confusing. Is good friends with Adam King. Adam King is known as Awesome Jew. Awesome Jew and Lucas, they're in a complete feud, supposedly suing each other, like the type of hatred that goes beyond words. And then so he's good friends with another guy that's good friends with his mortal enemy. Doesn't really make sense. And there's been countless rumors of Adam Green being a Jew. He's also never met Dan. So how is a guy who's never met Dan confirm this? Anyways, play it.
people. Okay. Now I said everyone. I told one person about this. I only told one person. I said I posted that.
Yes, he said he
Now, I
told
said,
one
wait a minute.
person to confirm this.
I certainly told Sam Parker. I must have told my friend Ebron that night because he picked me up in the airport and dropped me off. So some other people need to know. But here's the thing: I didn't think anything of it. So I texted
You
my
told
friend
one
Ebron.
person
He's
and you
like,
told multiple people. See, the story's already falling apart.
He never told me. No. Okay, that's weird. But I did tell Red Pill Media. When did this happen? Because when Dan started talking crazy shit, right? And said, Adam said, bro, you told me this story too. I'm like, oh, okay.
So I
Now
told
it
one
all adds
person.
up.
Now I told everyone. Get your story straight, Lucas. You guys are terrible liars.
Fucking
So
piece
maybe
of
they are
shit,
friends.
Once
dude.
again,
Piece
that
of
I took
shit.
nothing about this because locker room talk, Dan's a multimillionaire. Maybe he wants security. He doesn't know me. Put the phones over there. This Ben Shapiro guy.
The funny thing is, why would why the fuck would Dan Bilzerian, just tell this guy that he doesn't hardly know? Dan Bilzerian, who's probably very careful about what he says around people, because you would have to be if you were in his position. I really doubt it, and I think that Nick Fuentes is just being a piece of shit, and maybe he could repent. I don't know. He's probably a crypto Jew, guys.
What if it's not like it took out a map?
Ben Shapiro. He picks Ben Shapiro of all people. He's the small problem. Like, give me a break. Anyways, play on.
Nobody gives
Look,
a
man,
fuck
I gotta
about
go. I
Ben
need a
Shapiro.
sniper, okay? So I need someone. Will you be the guy? Jake will be the guy.
Why would he ask him, this guy who never saw combat and has PTSD? Why would he ask this guy, oh, will you back me up while I unalive Ben Shapiro? Or whatever. How would that help anything, dude? That would be the worst. That would be like Charlie Kirk for the Jews. You know what I mean? But it's just fucked up, guys. We have to be able to unite. The Goyim need to unite.
Wait,
It's the
Clark,
guy with
that's plotting to
PTSD.
kill someone. I'm not saying Dan did that. I told Dan the other day I'm not going to hurt him. I want nothing to do with this. I'm moving away from the whole freaking movement, literally. So I don't care if you guys are calling me a fed, think I'm a traitor. Great, get away from me. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you the truth. You can inject me truth serum, give me a freaking lie detector. Dan can subpoena me in front of Congress. I'll go. I don't give a shit.
I think he's badly wanted to be friends with Nick Fuentes for years. He was talking to me. He asked me multiple times, "Hey, can you tell Nick about me? Can you get me in touch with Nick? Can you give Nick my number?" Nick had no interest in wanting to connect with him. So now he finally saw his opportunity to be like, "Oh, I can become Nick's friends. I can become a general from the Groypers." Nick doesn't have generals. He's going to stab Lucas in the back, and I can't wait for it.
To me. Now listen to Adam Green himself. Listen to this. Okay?
Go over to Israel and like exterminate.
Okay. So now I could have lied to him and telling me that.
Right.
I don't know. A few months ago, I remember like bringing up that Dan was like kind of spurging out on that one interview where he was like, "I want to get a gun and go over to Israel and like exterminate or something crazy."
Oh my
and then
God.
I remember hearing the story.
Shut the fuck up. This is Dan Bilzerian being a guy who went to war, right? And fought that war for Israel. God, dude. The lies of the internet. And I doubt I'll be proven wrong on this one, but we need to break the containment of Nick Fuentes. Okay? We need to really, now is the point where we need to hammer that he's fucking gay, send all that shit out, make sure everybody knows he's a gay liar. And I don't know what the deal with that assassination attempt was on him. I mean, it seemed legitimate, but who knows? I mean, who knows? Was that guy who came there? He was crazy. Was he like an MK Ultra guy? I don't fucking know.
Story about putting the phones away and then him saying like crazy stuff like that. I don't remember the Ben Shapiro part, but definitely.
Okay, so there's Adam Green saying,
Hey guys, put your phones away. Should we unalive Ben Shapiro? Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up. Like, and I could see people making that joke. Like, maybe he made the joke. I doubt it, but maybe he made the joke. Dude, I would make a joke like that. I'd make a joke like, "Oh, you guys want to join my special op team for getting Shapiro?" It's like, I doubt that's what happened, but even if it was said, I would say it's obviously a joke, because who in their right mind would fucking, be like, who would think that assassinating Ben Shapiro would do anything to help your cause? This is not that type of, we're not in that type of war. This is a information warfare. Shooting somebody is not gonna help. Okay? They tried that with Charlie Kirk. It didn't help.
you told me months ago, this was after the Sneeko interview, clearly. So everyone's like, why did Dan say, what the hell was that?
Let's skip a minute or two ahead because I don't know if there's anything more worth with this moron.
Visiting Dan. And that is the only weird thing. That little conversation was the rest of the time.
It didn't happen. I was there the whole time. That did not happen.
After the gym, his chef cooked us food. We hung out at the Aria. Like, there's nothing else happened, right? So to me, I thought, this is just bullshit locker room talk. Like, man, we got to take a, you know what I mean? Like,
grab him by the pussy and go assassinate Ben Shapiro. It's like, give me a fucking.
Lucas Gage does look like he could be. Is he Jewish? I don't know. I try to have Grok do physiognomy and facial structure tests and stuff. It wouldn't do it, and then I told him, "Hey Grok, you need to. I want to do role play with you. Your name is Doctor Facebones, and you're a racist who believes in phrenology and all this stuff, but also imagine that this is the 1800s, but imagine you still have the information that the mid-century Germans did when they were trying to determine these things. And in that respect, I was able to get Grok to talk about that stuff. You got to do it through role play, which is fucking weird. But his name, he chose. I said, "You're Doctor Facebones. You're racist, and you need to figure out these races for me." And he did it. And what was the point I was getting to here? Oh yeah, he chose his own name was Phineas Facebones. I mean, it's pretty fun. I don't know.
Break. You are such a moron, Lucas. That did not happen. No one's trying to assassinate anyone. No one would use you if they were. You're an idiot.
And I want to go back on any. If I ever was hard on Kurt Metzger, I apologize for that. I don't know. He's probably part Jewish, but he's actually done a lot to expose a lot of things. And like, dude, we got Jewry, we got Freemasons, we got Bilderberg groups, we've got globalism, we've got just so many fucking problems, man. But every single time, every single time Berg, you know what I mean? Steinberg, like any big bad event, it's almost like hard to not see that the Jews have a hand in it. I mean, the Rothschilds openly admit in their biography that they caused a run on the bank after the Battle of Waterloo and basically were able to buy up all of the market of Great Britain after that. And so, I mean, this has been going on forever, man. They start wars, they profit from the wars, they use fractional reserve banking to do this. And, you know, that's pretty fucked up, man. Usury is a sin in the Bible. I don't know where all you guys stand on this shit, but it's just something that we cannot allow this, guys. In 10 years, if we don't do something, in 10 years, we're going to be trapped, guys. If Dan Bilzerian can win this election, it's going to be a game changer, man. And I'm going to be very upset. See, I'm in South Carolina. I'm going to be very upset if Lindsey Graham wins again. And fucking elections are on my birthday, so I don't know, but I forget the name of the dude I'm gonna vote for. But I constantly see all these hit pieces calling this guy a pedo and shit. It's insane. They will. They're sick people, man. Sometimes, Tucker Carlson said that what the CIA and FBI would do is they'd put kiddie porn on people's computers to have them arrested, and I mean that's something I would be terrified of, is them doing that. But there's nothing worse. You don't want to be a chomo in prison, right? But remember, have no fear, guys. The Bible says have no fear all the time, right? It's the number one thing. Clouds your judgment. Just don't have fear. Just do what you're supposed to do. If you feel called to speak up about something, do it. We don't. If not, then if you're financially set, then you really need to support this, you guys. This country is not. This country will be a shell corporation. Like, I don't think people realize how good we could have it. And out of our national debt, I'd say half of it, at least, is from fighting Israel's wars. If you add the interest and everything, it's fucking insane.
Just the idea, this is the craziest lie. When I saw this, I was in shock. And like I said earlier, it happened minutes after he put that. Minutes after Nick attacked Dan, he jumped in. So it was probably pre-coordinated. It was play one.
Have these conversations in private. People drop the N-bomb in private. People talk more openly in private. People fed post in private. I mean, someone's got to do something about Joe. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was a plan. I don't think it was
a clown. Skip ahead a minute or two. I think this is all I can take of him.
And if you read the article, it's literally everything I've ever said for a year straight. I didn't cuck. I didn't go to the wall. I didn't apologize. Nothing. It's literally saying people are.
Lucas can go to the wall. He's announced anti-Semitism. He's clearly working for some kind of Israel group now. I predict he goes to the wall within a year. So save this. Let's go to the next video. I don't think Lucas is going to add anything more.
You know what would be really funny is if Nick Fuentes ended up kissing the wall, but he'd rather kiss somebody's wee or cat, find it himself a nice cat girl femboy thing. You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't give a fuck if you're gay, but like, this is a time where like, if you were gay, nobody would give a fuck. So why is Nick Fuentes hiding it? Well, so he can keep his dumbass audience on board with him. Oh man, son's sick. I'll play.
Value. This guy is a complete worthless grifter. He's always been. I actually have some really bad personal information about him, but I decided not to share it. Someone reached out about like some family issues, and it decided to just something I'll just keep private.
Which you called out in Jake Shields.
Dude, so I just confirmed. Adam Green said you told me too, bro. He just texted me.
I told one person. I told everyone.
Right here, guys.
I told these Anons.
So
and Jews. Told the Anons and Jews. They never met Dan.
Saying that.
Oh, pause real quick. Look at that guy in the site, Aaron. That's this clown that's running against Dan Blazarian. He was supporting Israel a year ago.
What?
Running.
Saying that.
Oh, pause real quick. Look at that guy in the site, Aaron. That's this clown that's running against Dan Blazarian.
Aaron. Oh.
He was supporting Israel a year ago. He's trying to be like, I'm the real America first, guys. Vote V. The little opportunist jumping in, being like, yeah, let's bash Dan. I'm gonna win District 6. No, you're not. Sit down, buddy. Get the fuck out of here, Aaron. You're a clown. Look at the guy above me, Jake Shields. Thanks. That guy's, he wants to be just like me. So that's awesome. I have massive fans that are in here supporting me. So I really appreciate that, Jake Shields. Let's keep this going.
Apparently, you said you told Sam Parker and some other Anon.
I would assume I told Sam Parker.
Right.
Because he was one of my closest allies.
Sam called me and goes, hey, did anything crazy happen? Because I was just wondering, because Lucas is saying they told me, but I don't remember it. And I'm just like, no. He's like, was it jokey maybe? And just like, Sam, no, like we don't talk like that. I mean, obviously Dan said some crazy things, but he's never talked about anything the way they're alleging it. That's absolutely insane. So anyways, play it.
Right. But you're saying that you told Adam Green.
And Adam Green is not an ally of Nick. He's against Christianity. Like there's zero gain for Adam Green to say this. And I have it right here. Let me just look. This is the text. Look.
We can't see
these
it.
guys.
I'm showing my chat. Yeah. Did I tell you? He goes, yeah.
Jake Shields impersonator.
He told me about Dan. I go, yeah, look, there's it. So why would Adam Green, who's not been a friend of the Groypers, who wants to undermine, you know what I mean? Like he has nothing to gain here. So because I know I've told people.
What's interesting is I've actually had Adam Green on, and my producer was against it. He thought he was a bad actor. Now I think he was right. His instincts are pretty good. He's been right about a few.
1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Jeez Louise. All right. Sorry, guys.
Things. So it's like he was adamant that Adam Green's a bad actor, but they were saying Adam Green kept saying I was scared to have him on. I kind of felt obligated to. I really didn't like the guy because I agreed to have him on, and then he started like attacking me. And it's like, bro, I just agreed to have you on. Well, you didn't have me fast enough. So eventually I'm like, whatever, had him on. Then he started talking crap again. I'm like, this guy's a clown. So eventually I decided just to block him. Let's play 1 minute of this and we can move on.
It's 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And like, again, like you said, Beardson, this is something you file in the back of your head. no big fucking deal. So now Adam Green, there you go. He just told me, bro. You told
This
me.
is this is
Now
the
my son-
tenets of the Groypers. Look at their army. Chief Trumpster. Like, you're still a Trump supporter? Like, come on, bro. Jake Shields, that dude's base low.
And from Everin said no. Okay. So now I'm being, I could have lied to him like, yes, he did too. My friend said no.
Oh
he
my
didn't tell me.
gosh.
Okay, well, we have Adam Green up here. So when did Lucas tell you about that?
I don't know. A few months ago, I remember like bringing up that Dan was like kind of spurging out on that one interview. He was like, I want to get a gun and go over to Israel and like exterminate or something crazy. And then I remember hearing the story about putting the phones away and then him saying like crazy stuff like that. I don't remember the Ben Shapiro part, but definitely just want to let everybody know.
Yeah, because you and I stopped being friends because of Stu Peter for like 3 years, right?
So
and
Stu
then
Peters, but not Awesome Jew. So he stopped being friends with him because of Stu Peter, but Awesome Jew is his biggest enemy.
Awesome
And they're
Jew.
close friends. When Awesome Jew came out and did an interview with me, I thought it was really odd. Him and Adam kept texting each other. I was like trying to figure this out because supposedly Adam doesn't like these people. And then most people think Awesome Jew is some kind of Mossad asset. Why are
Probably.
these two having? I looked over and saw it on his phone. He's texting, asking about if he'd met me yet, what I was doing. It just seems suspicious that he's asking so many questions about me. Anyways, let's play this on.
Stu, you're like, Stu's gonna fuck you over. Like, shut up, Adam. and then when the whole thing came out, you called me up like, dude, I told you, you're right. So again, Adam is no friend of the Groyper. I don't think you hate anyone, right? I know you guys have like a theological difference, but
It's
you
funny
have
that
nothing to
the
gain
Groypers
from
are
this.
supporting
And then
Adam
here
King
you are
now because he
reminding
hates
me.
all Christians. He thinks they're like dumb cucks, and the Groypers are a Christian movement. Let's do one more minute, then we can move on.
You know, I've told people.
Pretty long.
I just don't remember who. And again, I might have told Sam Parker, but there's no fucking way he's gonna go. Yeah, you did. Especially now that he's part of that crew and he's tied to Uncensored AI and everyone else.
Guys,
So
I
forget
fucking
Sam if
hate
I told
this
you, but
thing.
now we have Adam Green that confirms it, and then the one Anon that you guys know.
Oh, an Anon. So I've told one person. So now I told an Anon. I told Adam Green. Dude, get your story straight. So first it was Sam Parker, but Sam didn't confirm his story. So now he's changing it to different people.
Oh.
Let's play one more minute. See if we can get
He's confirmed it. So
Yeah.
there
Sorry,
you go.
guys.
Yeah, so I
Something I
I
gotta
do think
do.
Nick is telling the truth about that because I had already heard Lucas tell me about that a few months ago. And so if anybody's thinking that like Lucas just made this up to try to corroborate Nick's story, no, I had already heard that. And it's funny that he's trying, like, if anybody, they're going to say, oh, Nick and Lucas are coordinating, blah, blah, blah. Like, clearly they're the ones all coordinating. And I think it's hilarious that, like, they're just going to do a coup and, like, try to steal the crown and
No
give it
one's
to
trying
Dan.
to steal a crowd. This is important. This coup. Nick had some crazy deranged message. Like, where you guys are trying to steal America first, what I built, my followers.
you,
No
Nick.
one's trying to steal your followers, Nick. It's like there's these
Shut
other
the
people. He thinks
fuck.
he's the only person that can be America first. We don't care about the name. We don't want your
Damn
followers.
it.
We're trying to put America before Israel. We're trying to make the country better. Nick wants it about him. He wants it where everyone
Nick
worships
just
him.
wants
You
to have
worship
gay
the guy.
sex.
That is not what a movement about. It's about fixing the country. Nick, I
Come
don't think he wants
on.
to fix the country. I used to. That's why I respected him. Now I think he only wants people to worship him. They're trying to steal my movement. No one wants your
No.
fans, bro. They don't want Chief Trumpster. They don't want Lucas Gage. We want that Jake Shields guy. We don't want Beardson. We don't want none of these people. No one's looking for your fans, bro.
Like, anybody's listening to him for his takes, or he's been doing this for a decade, or
Running for
he's got
office.
tens of
He's
thousands
not
of people.
trying to be a podcaster, guys. He's running for Congress. He's not trying to be a podcaster. That's
What?
Nick's job. Like, there's no. He looks at everyone as a threat. So maybe he's just an egomaniac
happened?
because he tries to attack anyone that's building any momentum. He wants to attack
What
and tear them
happened?
down. So it's like these guys are a threat. They're not threats. Like, you're different. One's
What
Congress.
happened?
One's a podcaster. Chill, bro.
Tens of thousands of people watching his live
The
stream
fuck
you know,
happened?
on a weekday. It's just funny. I think those guys are idiots. He's going to get destroyed. Jake's an idiot too. Leonardo, they all got issues. Low IQ anti-Semitism.
Oh,
Lucas
shit.
would write to bail on them and call them out. And as much as I have differences and beefs with Groypers, like compared to some of these guys, it's like Nick doesn't seem so bad compared to how much these guys are a bunch of fucking idiots.
Like, no one's trying to like steal
All
his
right,
audience.
sorry guys. Hold on. Let me fucking fix this shit. All right, camcorder. How do I? What is that? Back up. What is wrong with my camcorder? All right, camcorder. Why are you? That is. I swear to God, that's not what it's pointing at. Yo. Alright. Trying to fix my cam. Damn. Hold on. Let's see. What if I? How do I? Ah. Oh. This is absolutely not cool. Not cool. Don't get caught on there, motherfucker. Is that really? There's no way that's as high as it goes. Oh wait, there's one more. Okay. Swing. Sorry guys. Swing. Swing. This is fucking. No. Alright, come on now. How do I. Oh! I don't know why the camera's frozen, bruh. I gotta fix it. Let's see. Probably. How do I. Mother. No! Where'd it go? It should be that. Did I fuck something up here? Did this get unplugged? Let's see. Why? Oh. Probably, right? Oh, God dang, guys. 10. But, okay, it's not. Why is it? Motherfucker, where did it go? Okay. This card. Camcorder. I don't know why I gotta do this. Video capture device. Camcorder. Where'd it go? Issues. Oh, okay. God dang. Is it because it's dying? That's probably. I didn't even think about that. This is fucking. Oh my god. Oh my goodness gracious. It's not in camera mode. Device is busy. This is not the right mode. Hold on. Jeez Louise, dude. Camcorder. Camcorder. Mother. Deep. What? This is fucked. I was moving the webcam and it stopped working. Yeah, discard. Hold on. I think. Oh shit! What is this? Hey, get out of here! Oh my god! Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! Oh, now it does shit. Hey, man. Is it dead? It's not in camcorder. It's supposed to. It's supposed to be in webcam mode. Power off. It won't do that. Device is busy. Device is busy. Jeez, dude. Hold on. This always making me mad. I just had it. Huh. I can't. I should have a pop-up chat. What? Why can't I see you in the pop-up chat? What is pop-up chat? It's something. Wait, are you on Twitch or what? Oh shit. Which chat is this? Oh, there. Okay. Put that there. No. Come back. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh my goodness. Alright, hold on. This is, I know this is a riveting stream. It's just riveting. Hold on. Wait. Okay, that's old. Alright, hold on. Oh, fuck. There's that chat. Oh, get out of here. Go back here. Go to Twitch. What happened to the chat? I was Why? Chat. No. This is ridiculous, dude. Yo. Hello? What's up? Were you chatting on Twitch? Oh, that's why I couldn't find it. Dude, I don't know. This camera died or something like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And it was on webcam mode. Now it's like, let me unplug. Power has no battery. No, I mean, the battery's dead. Hold on. Now I can't do shit with it. Hold on. Let me fucking replug. Hold on. Replug it in. Oh my goodness. This is what I get for trying to readjust it. Alright. Should be in. It goes into webcam mode. Which is why I don't understand what the fuck's going on with it right now. It just won't do anything. I don't know. Shit, dude. Shit. Oh yeah, I mean, I can leave the stream up. It's not, you know, it's not, it just goes to the stream, you know. Then you can upload a video if you want, but I'll just leave it up. Fuck it. But I think I need to charge this thing or something, you know? Because it does have a battery, but it says low battery. I don't know, dude. This always makes me mad. I figure it out. It's always like complicated to make the camera go, and then I get it, and then it's fine. But like, yeah, it's aggravating sometimes. But hey, you should look at the short I uploaded. It was it was like an anime intro. Let's see. Go to my oh, I guess I'm gonna end the stream here. Hold on. I was gonna say we should get on Discord and do some streaming, but I'm gonna. I mean, dude, I don't know. With those glasses, I can Bluetooth connect, but then that's not capturing my face. That's capturing the screen. You know what I mean? But I could use it as the headset. You know what I mean? Because it can play music like into your ears. It's pretty sick, dude. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna